What's going on, everybody? It's AG here. It's time for another episode of Will They, Won't They? And today we're focusing on Oregon. Will they or won't they make the college football playoff? So I asked you guys in the community, will they make the playoff this season? 81% of you said yes. 19% of you said no. So Oregon, as you know, moving to the Big Ten this year. All right, they've got a little roster change. Bo Nix is gone. They bring in Dillon, Gabriel from Oklahoma at quarterback. They have loaded up on defense in the transfer portal, and the playoff is expanding. Now, I'll get into my thoughts here in a minute. We'll look at their schedule and all that stuff, but I think we did have a comment on this one. Finn says they're stacked, but time will tell. So I kind of agree with that one. They are definitely stacked. Like I said, this defense that Dan Lanning has put together through the transfer portal is pretty stacked. And I think Dillon Gabriel has the potential, not saying he's going to be better than Bo Nix, but has the potential to kind of put up some really good numbers similar to Bo Nix, if not better, and make a run at the Heisman this year. But Oregon, moving to a tougher conference, are they going to be able to take that grind week in and week out? Pac-12, I would say, is obviously weaker than the Big Ten. You know, in the Big Ten, you've got Ohio State, you've got Michigan, you've got Penn State. It's going to be tough. But are they capable of it? I think so, but let's look at their schedule just to confirm. All right, starting off, Idaho and Boise State. I don't think that's any problem. Boise State is kind of well regarded in terms of the G5, but still, I don't think they're going to be a threat to Oregon by any means. Boise State still lost 6 games last year, so I don't think they're too much of a threat, but their offense might be able to test Oregon in some form or fashion. Oregon State, UCLA, neither one of those are going to be a problem. They're both pretty bad right now. Michigan State, same situation, kind of in the gutter right now in the Big Ten. Then you get to the big one, Ohio State. So can Oregon beat Ohio State? I think they can. They are talented enough, but I don't think they're going to. Ohio State, I think, like I said, being week in and week out in the Big Ten is going to end up being a grind, I think, on Oregon. And it's well known I'm not the biggest Oregon lover, but I do still have them in the college football playoff right now. But I do have them losing a game or two. And I think Ohio State is definitely going to be a loss for Oregon. All right, then we got Purdue and Illinois. Those shouldn't be a problem. Purdue is terrible. Illinois could give them some trouble, but highly unlikely. Then you've got Michigan. Michigan is going to be a good test here. All right, they've obviously won the national championship last year. Now they have a complete roster turnover. This is a different team than they have had. If they can get some good quarterback play, talking about Michigan, they might can give Oregon a little game. Now, being at Oregon is going to be tough. At Michigan, playing in the big house is not going to be easy. So I could definitely see Michigan winning that one. But if they somehow made it through this with 2 losses, being to Michigan and Ohio State, they're still probably getting in the college football playoff. But I think they beat Michigan. I think they're a little too talented for them this year. And then so that gets them 1 loss to Ohio State. I think they beat Maryland. Maryland, no problem. Wisconsin could give them a little trouble, but I think they're better than Wisconsin. And then Washington has had their number as of late. Kalen DeBoer kind of had Dan Lanning's number, but that complete Washington coaching staff, complete Washington roster is gone. It's just a completely different Washington team. Oregon's going to be Washington. So right now I've got them with 1 loss. That's going to put them in the college football playoff, probably in the Big Ten championship, possibly. They avoid Penn State here. They avoid Iowa. So they avoid, a couple different pitfalls that they would fall into, some tougher competition. But I think they make the playoff. 81% of you agree with me. But what do you guys think? Let me know. Will Oregon make the playoff? Yes or no? Comment down below. Make sure to like this video. And most importantly, subscribe.